Hello there, aspiring Tinnos. I am back after a much needed break, and today we are once again going to milk the topic of Aya farming. Today we are going to cover Aya one last time. So, what is there left to talk about? You would think that I had already talked about everything. Here is a clip of my ultimate guide where I break down every bounty and how to farm them, which one is the fastest. I've talked about how much Aya you need, and also I've talked about how much the different bounties are generally worth in terms of overall value, in terms of how much you add to your inventory, not necessarily the plat itself. So today we're just going to talk about how much is one individual Aya worth. This idea was spurred by someone in my Discord, sellout by the way, who said that they'd been selling 6 Aya for 45 platinum. And I ask you, why would you do this when you can very easily sell 6 Aya for 10 platinum? Now, let me go ahead and demonstrate what I mean by that. Alright, so this site here is Warframe.market. And if you're wondering what this is or how it works, I've already done a video on it and why you should use it. So go ahead and watch that. Now, this site right here, as you can see, represents the actual prices of this item very well, because these are actual sellers undercutting one another. These are not price prediction, these are sell orders. Okay, so as you can see, there's one person who's selling it for 11, and then there's plenty of person who's selling it for 13. And you have to keep in mind that Aya can be transformed into any one of these relics which have been given out in the Prime Resurgence. So, in fact, you can go ahead and post a listing for all of the relics that's available in the last chance when that comes around in about a week. And you can just save up your Aya for that. And then you don't transform your Aya into relics until you have someone putting in a buy order with you, essentially. Now let's talk about the difference between buy orders and sell orders, and let's go ahead and also break down the fallacy of pricing based on observing trade chat in Warframe. So, buy orders first. So if we go over here, we look on the buyers, we see here that the prices are quite a bit lower, and this is a cat and mouse game. You could very easily just go ahead and sell these like this for 10, and then you'd be able to sell it instantaneously. But that's just a trick of the mind, because, and also, by the way, here's a buy order for 10. That's 60 for 6 Aya, 60 platinum for 6 Aya, which is in fact more than 45 for 6. So at the very least, go ahead and use this buy order. Okay, but anyways, so if we move on just a little bit back to sellers, you can see that, yeah, there's one guy for 11 here, but it's 13 and 14. This one has been voted for a few weeks, and you can definitely wait a few weeks. I mean, you can buy the relics when they're available and then wait a couple of weeks. But as you'll see here, the difference is that you always want to make sell orders and then have people buy from you. You don't want to sell to people, you want them to buy from you, because that way you get to set the price, and with a little bit of patience, you can turn idle time where you are either doing nothing or doing something else into profit. That is a very important trick when it comes to having success in trading in Warframe. I mean, if you can sell it for 13 or even just for 12, then you've basically gotten 20% additional profit from doing nothing. And, well, that's the key to success. Patience. Now let's go ahead and talk about the other aspect of this video, which is essentially this idea that you can price items just by looking at the prices that others have for that item. Let's just go ahead and go into trade chat, and I'm just going to turn off all of my filters, and we will go ahead and see what people are posting. Try and see if we can get a very expensive ribbon, for example, and then I'll break down why it's just not worth that much. So I'll be back once I get something that's actually worthwhile to talk about. Okay, so here's something which I think is very much so worth talking about. So we have this person here, and by the way, this is not to attack this individual, and he's not doing anything wrong. He's allowed to sell items at this price, but I just want to try and teach you guys not to do that, or at least not to sell to this person or buy from him, because, well, there are better options. So we have Titania Prime here. He wants to sell it for 80 platinum. Now, why would you not want to do that? I mean, if you want the set, like I have the 80 platinum, why not just do it? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at Warframe.market one more time. As you can see, there is plenty of Titania sets which are available between 25 and 30, and you should be able to get it for at least 26 here. So you can almost instantaneously acquire this set for 26 platinum. Then why would you pay 80 for it? Right? And this is why I tell you, don't buy anything from Trade Chat. Offers which are below Warframe.market is so incredibly rare that it's not worth spending the time in Trade Chat looking for it. 99% at least of Trade Chat messages will have overpriced items. That's how they make up for the time spent in Trade Chat. People seem to think that they are entitled to a fee because they spend the time in Trade Chat, but in actuality, they're just wasting their time, and you shouldn't fall for it. Just go to Warframe.market, get the actual prices, and then buy it from there. Now, if someone is selling a legendary core for 30 platinum, then buy it. If you know pretty much all of the prices of the valuable items in the game by heart, and you happen to see someone selling something for like really cheap, and I'm talking at least 50 platinum below the market value of the legendary item, and at least 30 if it's not, then go ahead and buy it. But otherwise, don't do it, and don't spend time combing through Trade Chat. It's not how you make the real platinum. I'm not saying you can't profit from it. I'm just saying there are ways to profit way more. All right, and just a quick reminder: you also have the option not to sell your relics. You can just hold on to the, let's say, L4s, for example. That's for low-key Prime system, which is the rare part. And the value of these relics will increase over time. So don't sell them until you absolutely need the platinum. Having a 5,000 platinum isn't worth anything essentially in terms of investment. You're gonna get more overall platinum by waiting. The only time where you should go ahead and sell those relics is if you're going to invest into something else that's a little bit easier to manage, which could, for example, be Ivara Prime set. Now, by the time of making this video, it's almost too late to invest in Ivara Prime. There's only a couple of days left, maybe a week, before he will start increasing in price for real. And at that point, it'll be too late. The next Warframe is Titania. I just thought you might want to know that, but that's for the next video. All right. I hope that this helped you understand how you should spend your relics, but I'm gonna break down every relic that you probably are gonna want to keep or sell or put up on Warframe.market when we actually get to the last chance. But meanwhile, I wanted to give you guys this video so that you don't go ahead and waste your effort farming Aya and then selling it underpriced. If you remember the video I did where I talked about how much you get for an hour of farming brute force, I was selling a lot of relics for 10 platinum. That was not a one-off. Before the guy who bought 100 and something, there were another guy. I didn't see him, so he got it from someone else, but he wanted to buy 60. And there were like plenty of people within 20 minutes wanted to buy these relics. So they sell incredibly fast. So don't do the 45 platinum thing. I'm telling you, don't do it. It's a huge waste. But anyways, I'll see you in the next one.